Got the recovery starting to go on this circuit. Right now we're getting the EXV on circuit B to lock open. That way it'll speed up recovery. We were hoping we could pump the circuit down to do the repairs, but we got some valves that just aren't working with us, so we're going to go ahead and get them changed out. We were prepared to do so anyway, so it's all good there. Alright, so right now we're getting set up. They're going to initiate a test mode on the EXV. So once I feel it start to tick, I'll call out to them, let them know that it's in test and operating. We'll give it a few seconds, and then we'll be able to lock that EXV into position open so that we can get the recovery done. And we're, as you can see, we're going to pull off of that saturation line. Yeah, it hadn't started ticking yet. Here it goes. All right, you're ticking.
You're ticking. Yeah.
All right, so recovery is going. We got circuit 2 being recovered down, or circuit B, which is compressor C in this particular scenario. We'll get circuit A back online to keep the building cool. And we need to take a quick pause to go over parts because I don't see everything we're supposed to have. But I'll go over all this in a minute. But this compressor here is the one that we're redoing the entire unloader assembly, and I'll show you that shortly. So we're going to end up replacing the cores. We got to replace both saturation sensors, both saturation valves on both circuits. We're going to end up replacing that liquid service valve as well. Obviously the cores on the other circuit. Circuit B has 135 pounds of charge, and circuit A has almost 300 pounds of charge on it. So now on compressor C, this is the one that we're going to be doing the unloader assembly. So we're going to be replacing the puck or the piston for the unloader. That is this part right here. So we're going to be changing this out internally. We're also going to be replacing both of our actual valves. We'll keep the coils. We're going to keep the base block, but the valves themselves we're going to change out. We also need to repair this flare. Let's see. We've got to replace that oil isolation valve right there. So that'll end up getting changed. And the reliefs on both circuit A compressors are getting replaced off the discharge. Those are right there on both compressors. And let's see, I think that's it. Yep. Yeah, that's it. So we're gonna be here a hot minute. You know, recovery is gonna take some time, then the repairs themselves, and then the vacuum, and yeah, we just gotta roll through it. So this will be an ongoing project over the next week, probably week and a half, but we'll get it knocked out. Having some camera difficulties today, but we got this RTAA compressor opened up. We're getting the puck out now, or the piston, unloader piston. So we'll get that pulled, and then we will we'll get the new one set in. We're gonna take care of these unloaders, get it all back together, and keep moving. This is our new one, looking nice and pretty. This is our old one we just pulled out. This is the one that was stuck, and it was really sticky trying to pull it out as well. So we are gonna have to, once we get this new one in, there's a certain trick you can do with these longer bolts and the nut. So what we'll end up doing is we'll end up putting this nut on, and we'll thread it onto the end of that shaft bolt, and we'll slide this back and forth several times and make sure that everything's nice, smooth, and functioning properly. So you just get a few threads on it, just like so, and then we'll put the other few threads on there. So let's get this in. Alright, so we got it in, and now I'm going to use a scraper. We'll scrape this flange plate off, get it cleaned up, and then we'll be ready to reassemble this discharge, the discharge plate assembly.